There it is.
What up, ladies and gents?
What it do? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a really fun one for you all today. I had a little bit of an epiphany. That's all, folks. I had a little bit of an epiphany last night and realized that anybody listening, we want to talk to people who want to be business owners, right? We're talking to insurance agents. Everybody's an insurance agent for sure, but you want to be a business owner, insurance agent. So tune in to find out more about that today. How to start your insurance agency. Ready?
Boom.
The Insurance Bro Show is a podcast for agents who want to grow their agency and be titans of the insurance industry. Learn from a panel of experts who share their agency struggles, their experiences with the nation's best carriers, and share the marketing secrets that successful insurance agents are using today. Now, here's your host, the Insurance Bro, James Cias.
All right, all you insurance pros out there, let's dive into another quick episode here. But before we do, just a reminder to please subscribe on whichever platform it is that you're listening to us on today. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, and drop a review and help other like-minded insurance agents find value from our guests and our awesome articles as we rise up in those podcast rankings. We'll really appreciate every single one of you for it. And if you want to be a guest on the show, would love to have you on and learn from you as well. Go to www.insurancebroshow.com/guest and schedule your time slot. And don't forget to follow me on all social media at Insurance Bro Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a fun one for y'all today. I had a little bit of an epiphany last night. I was home alone, and so I did something. I don't know what it just hit me. Like I wanted to talk to myself. I was like, maybe I'll do my own podcast. And so, I just like turned on the camera and I started talking to myself like if I was on a podcast, but I was the only audience. And so I'm talking myself through, a bunch of different things. And one of the things that I realized through this is that our goal is to help insurance agents, to help solopreneurs become business owners. And so part of our show is definitely, we want to teach you all different things about insurance. We want to have experts on the show to teach you, all these different things about insurance and the carriers that they represent or their own marketing tips and all these things. But what we really want to do, what the insurance bro and the business bro really want to do is help you build a business. And so I went in there today and started looking for how to build an insurance agency. Now, we've been doing this for 6 years. We've been building an insurance agency for 6 years. We've got a lot of experience. We've been doing a lot of things. We've learned a lot of lessons the hard way, right? We're not perfect at all. We've learned a lot of lessons the hard way. Like they used to say on the flight deck, our handbook is written in blood, right? Our manuals are written in blood. Because we've learned, we've grown, we've been hit, we've been smacked. If anybody's been reading the Facebook story or, I still haven't put it on Facebook. You know what I'm going to do? Next week, starting on Monday, I'm going to just copy and paste everything that I put on LinkedIn saga. And put it, the saga, everything on LinkedIn and copy it over to Facebook because it's already Thursday. There's no point at right now. But next week is going to be that saga on Facebook. But if you want to catch an early glimpse at it, follow me on LinkedIn. Just type in my name, James Cias, or Insurance Bro Show. I promise you'll find me. And anyway, these are the things that we have done. Some of the things that we're going to talk about in this article, we've already done for you. And if you want to be a part of our team and take advantage of the work that we've already done and just insert it in your business, then you're going to want to join the Pipeline team of San Diego. Go to www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities. And start the conversation. Let's talk about what your goals are, what your open opportunities are. There's so much that we're able to do together. It's a match made in heaven. We're looking for strategic partners and systems. Yeah, we've got systems for
save yourself time, energy, and money. So you said that that the manual on the flight deck is written in blood. Well, the SOPs that are written for Pipeline are written in dollars because we went through them. So little hints, right? $3 million book of business that we lost in 2017. How did that happen? Well, as a result,
how did we bounce back?
How do we bounce back? That's the key part, right? How do we bounce back? How do we recover for something like that? That's where those systems that we put in place are now effective, right? So that stuff doesn't happen and we can scale. And I want to give you the fast forward button for scaling. So here, do this in the comments. If you're interested in finding out how you too can scale your business using the systems that we already created, just type in SOP in the comments and we'll be sure to send you guys over our SOPs to show you exactly how we operate, our standard operating procedures, so that you can implement them in your office. Because here's the goal, right? We want you guys to make money. We want you guys to have some practical, tactical skills coming straight out of the podcast. So type SOP in the comments if you're interested in getting our standard operating procedures so you can operate your business like a business, not like a job.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's drop this first one. You ready?
Let's do it. All right. 6 steps to building your insurance agency. Step number 1.
Hold on. Article comes from.
Oh, yeah. The article comes from, it is TR King Insurance Marketing. So you can find them at trkingim.com. And this is 6 steps to building your insurance agency. So step 1, get the process started. First of all, we're going to talk about developing a business plan. And last week or earlier this week, I don't know, you posted on your Instagram story today, I was talking about the vivid vision. Right. And the vivid vision, your business plan are not necessarily 2 different things, right? There's a lot of things from your business plan that are going to be part of what you see in your vivid vision. You know, you want to have this business plan in place to know where you want to take this business and what's your plan to get there.
And it's important, you know, part of your vision that's really, really important to understand here is business is going to get tedious. There's going to be things that happen where a lot of you are feeling the same way we felt for a very long time, where you feel trapped in your business, where you're stuck in the minutia and the day-to-day and the customer service type stuff, where you're servicing your clients and you're never at a point where you need to grow, and you lose focus because you're getting caught up in those types of things. The vivid vision will help keep your focus on where you want to go, so that, you know, when you first started this thing, you're like, I'm going to build this great business. It's going to bring me enough cash flow for me to do the vacations that I want, have the house, the car, all these dreams that you want. We lose track of that because we don't have that vivid vision written out.
Definitely. If you want a copy of the Vivid Vision reading material so that you can create your own vivid vision, type vision in the comments. Leave us a comment for vision. Leave the comment vision in the comments. How many times can I say that? How many different ways? Type vision in the comments and we'll send you the reading material so that you can create your own vivid vision. The thing that I want to talk about here is when we're talking about the vivid vision, when we're talking about building a business, we're not, again, talking about being a solopreneur. We don't want you to create a job. We don't want you to build your own job. We want you to build a business, and a business means scalability. So if your vivid vision does not include scalability, if your vivid vision doesn't include the ability to grow and step outside of that business and continue to maintain the revenue that's coming in, then you're building a job, you're building a solopreneurship, you're not building a true business. We want you to build a business, and it starts with that vision. It starts with that business plan. Other things when it comes to getting started is getting your license. Of course, everybody listening, I'm just going to assume that everybody has it, and contracting with insurance carriers. This is where some people might get tripped up. If you're brand new to the industry, you may not have the social capital, right? The book size, the business capital. You may not have a lot of things that carriers are looking for when they're giving out appointments. So you're going to need somebody like Pipeline Insurance, somebody like the Pipeline team of San Diego that can help you get started. We have the appointments. We're able to help you out and make you one of our team members and get you access to those things. So getting the process started, being a pipeline agent, that's what we do. Again, go to www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities, and we will help you get the process started.
Now, if you are looking for specific carriers, there are a ton out there, and not every carrier is the same. So you make sure you do a little bit of research ahead of time to determine which carriers are a right fit for the type of business that you want to go after. Getting appointments after you start getting one or two, it's not really as difficult to process as it's made out to be, because some of the appointments that you're going to get are not the best types of appointments for the business that you're writing. So make sure that when you're doing a little bit of research, who are you going after? Who's your niche market in the insurance industry that you want to go after? Then once you know that, now you gotta vet the carriers and the people that you're going to do business with ahead of time. So yeah, we have a lot of different appointments that are accessible to our team. But one of the things we do is we sit down with you and we figure out what is the niche that you want to go into, and then we cater the types of carriers that we want you to work with according to the niche that you're in. So not all carriers are made the same.
That's absolutely right. And as always, the riches are in the niches. So make sure that you decide what you want to do, what you want to focus on, and go after it. Step number 2, take inspiration from franchise business models. Do you want to reinvent the wheel? The wheel's pretty good, right? I mean, it's a circle, it spins, it gets the car moving, and all these different things. You don't need to recreate the wheel. You don't need to figure it out all on your own. Go and find out what these franchise business models are doing. That's a lot of what we've done, is figure out, okay, what are the systems? What are the things that these franchise models are doing, and how can we replicate that? That's really the big thing, because we all see the commercials. We all know when it goes bump ba bum 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 bum. Yeah, who am I talking about? Right? We know who we're talking about. Yep. When we say da na 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 na, right? We know who we're talking about. Okay, these are these big companies that have done it right. They've done it right for over 100 years now. So rather than trying to be the small fish and recreate the entire wheel and do things all new, find out what these guys have been doing, find out what those companies have been doing, and recreate it. Find a way to copy.
It's fine. Well, and here's the thing, in copying and modeling, right? So model what they're doing, not necessarily copy. You don't want to take somebody's exact wording and what they're offering and place it with your colors and your brand. That's copying. You don't want to do that. But the system that they have in place, the system that the thing that they're doing, how do they intake their customers? What are the questions that they're asking on a regular basis? How are they shopping for insurance? How are they moving a client through the sales process? Those are all things that you want to learn to replicate. You're not going to copy word for word, because obviously you don't want to use their branding and their stuff is the same way, but their process, that is something that you can emulate within your company. That's why we give you our SOPs. That's why we give you our 10 steps to writing insurance. That's why we give you a lot of the systems that we've already created and we've already replicated, because we want you to be able to implement a lot of these things. And here's the actual truth about why we give you a lot of stuff. We know that 95% of you, we're going to give you all the things you need to systematize your business, and very, very few of you are actually going to take advantage of it. You're all going to grab it. You're all going to get copies of it. You're all going to look at it. You're all going to read it, but very few of you are going to implement what needs to be done to create an actual business. And that's just the way it is when you look at the insurance space. Those companies that are scaling, and you're wondering, how did they get 100 agents, 200 agents? How did they open 4 offices, 10 offices? How did they do that? They implemented the systems, and then they put the people in place.
TEM.
They put the people in place to operate those systems.
That's right. That's really what it's all about. That's why we harp so much on these SOPs, is because they're so essential to everything that we're doing and everything that we've done, and it's what allows us to scale. And you know what? There it is. Moving on to step 3 here. Do as successful agents do. That's exactly what we've done. We've been doing this for a long time. We've taken a lot of information from people that have been successful within our own company, people that have been successful outside of our company, people that have built, our president, Joe Zeller, he's built multiple insurance agencies. This is not his first rodeo. And so it's continuing to learn and grow, and coming to this space of insurance with a mindset of continual growth and learning always. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's about, you know, being able to care about the people that you're working with, the clients that you're working with, making sure they understand that you care about their best interest in their needs. There's what always gets me about salespeople when they do things like when they hear sayings like "do as successful agents do," they try to emulate certain things about them that are the easy button things to do. For example, Nike. You tell somebody to build a brand and they look to a brand like Nike and they're like, oh, that means I have to make some commercials and spend all kinds of money on ad spend and throw it out there and be just like Nike. No, that's not what we're talking about, right? This is not, I don't want you to turn around and try to promote your company and spend the dollars that Geico does. Geico has way more money than you do. They're going to outspend you every time. Mm-hmm. But the process that they use inside their system, the way their agents connect with their clients, the way they follow up, the way they continue to reach out to them and touch their clients, 20 times a year, 10 times a year, 15 times a year, whatever it is. Those are the processes that you want to follow that successful agents already do. Not so much the dollars that they spend on marketing, but the processes that they have in place.
Don't be afraid to call those companies, call those successful agents, and be a customer or go through their process to learn what it's like. If there's somebody out there that you see that is successful, call them up and, do some research, pretend to be a customer, see what kinds of questions they're asking, see what kinds of cross-sell pitches they give, take as much of that information as you can and create your own, use it to model what you do in your business. Again, don't copy. You're right about that. Don't copy, but definitely model it.
Number 4,
maximize repetition. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite things. Maximize repetition is exactly what we do within our system. It's what we've talked about over the past couple of weeks. Elimination of variability, right? If you continuously do the same thing over and over and over again, assuming it's successful, then it's going to continue to be successful. It's all a numbers game. I have been dabbling in stocks, quote unquote, for the past, 4 years, maybe, give or take. And I have lost $15,000 probably, give or take, since I've been, going back and forth with it. I've lost a decent amount of money there, but I'm winning now. I've finally learned the rules to the game, and I'm doing much better now than I was, than I have been over the past several years. I've gone from, I lost over $15,000 in the past 4 or 5 years to now I'm up, a little more than $1,000 for this year, right? Which is huge for me. When I'm going from losing 15,000 over the course of a few years, just to be up 1,000, I'm super happy with that. But it's the same habits, it's the same rules. I do the same thing when I'm trading stocks over and over and over and over again. It's maximizing repetition. It's why we do this podcast on a daily basis. It's maximizing repetition. The more I do this thing, the better that I'm going to get at it. When you install a system like the one that we've provided for you in our SOPs, by the way, if you want a copy of those SOPs, type SOP in the comments and we'll send it to you. When you take those SOPs, implement them into your business and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, you will continue to see success because we've done a pretty good job with these things. And anything where you don't see success, you have the target, you have the data to target that specific area and figure out what's going to work best. Maximize repetition, give yourself statistics, and you can grow from that. If it can be measured, it can be improved.
If you watch a successful agent, real estate or insurance, it doesn't really matter, a salesperson, you're going to notice that what they do on a regular basis is kind of boring. They fine-tuned it. It is so repetitious for them. It is so monotonous for them. It's second nature to them. They get up, they do the same thing every single day. They talk almost the same way to every single client. They care about everything that they're doing, but everything has a system in place. Everything they're doing they do it over and over and over again. And you look at their daily routine and you're like, wow, that's all you do? Well, it's not all you do. They fine-tuned everything they were doing. Mm-hmm. So that is the only thing they do. That way, they're not working 17, 18 hours a day. They're working 3 or 4 hours a day, but those are much more effective 3 or 4 hours than the 16 or 17 that you're putting in on your day, because they're operating a system that makes sure that they get everything they need to be done on a regular basis. There's automations built in. There's a lot of stuff that's already put into practice so that they don't have to do a lot of the little tiny things. It frees up their time. Save yourself time, energy, and money. That's what systems all about. And it's all about that repetition. As you implement every piece, you're going to find those pieces that are not working. You modify, you adapt, and you keep going. You modify, you adapt, and keep going. And then you find a groove, and the system's doing the things for you. You're just operating that system.
That's it.
Systems, man.
Systems are the best, dude. Systems are the best. And I'm telling you, we put a lot of work into the systems that we have currently. They're working really well. I'm super excited about the growth that I've seen. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, going from 51% of renewal retention in July to 98% last month.
Huge.
51 to 98. It's huge. That's a ton of premium. That's for sure staying with my agency. This is trackable. This is money in my pocket, right? This is
bottom line.
It's all bottom line when it's renewals and also cross sells. So it's maximizing that repetition. It's implementing the system that you've learned. It's putting all this stuff together so that your business continues to operate like a well-oiled machine. Why does a machine work the way that it does? Because every single part, every single cog in the wheel turns a specific direction to do a certain thing. Right? Your car that has the cams, and they spin a certain way and they do certain things, and everything has a purpose. And that's what an SOP is. It's those little pieces, those little cogs that all get put together that create this great machine that functions to make your life easier more than anything else.
Number 5, Ham. Number 5.
Managing agents, products, and your business's entire flow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to build a business, guess what? You're going to have to manage people. All right? That's just the way it is. You are, as a business owner, you are going to be managing people. You're going to be a leader. You're going to be helping people. You know what? You're going to be more than just the business owner, right? You're going to be someone who holds people's lives in your hands. That's a burden that we all carry as business owners. If our business goes under, if Pipeline Team of San Diego goes under, I've got at least 4 people who are losing their jobs, their salaried jobs, and their livelihood, and another 20 some odd 30 ish agents that are losing that income revenue stream. Right? They're losing all of those things if we don't continue to make things right. So you, as a business owner, are going to carry that responsibility, and you've got to learn to find a way to do that. One of the things that our system does for you is give those people that you hire very specific jobs. So it tells them exactly what they need to be doing throughout the day. One person can do the job of, can fill a lot of the roles that's built into the system. One person can take care of a lot of it, especially if you have a smaller book of business. But the larger your book gets, the more people that you're going to need to manage those things. And it's really important that we stay cognizant of our employees' needs. One of the worst things, or I guess one of the best things that my team tells me is that I care about them, because I do. I want to know what their workload looks like, if they are feeling overworked, if they're overwhelmed, and then I can pull in another team member to say, hey, listen, this person is feeling a bit overwhelmed. They've got a lot on their plate. Can you help them take some of this stuff off? Can you take care of these things for them, et cetera, and so on? This is your job as that leader. You got more.
Yeah, well, because when you're explaining it that way, it sounds like doom and gloom when you're hiring people, right? You're responsible for a lot of things. You're managing all kinds of people, and it can sound like a headache, but here's the reality of it. If you've tried to hire in the past and you were a horrible manager, it's because you were managing people and not managing the systems that your people operate. And that's a huge, huge difference, because what James is talking about here, where he's saying, look, there's certain things that you have to do on a regular basis. Those are metrics. Those are KPIs that we're looking at for every single person that is employed by us, for every single person that is operating the system that we have in place. So when they're feeling overwhelmed, that's usually because we have an influx of business that has been coming in, or there's a large case that we're working on and it needs to be shopped out to multiple carriers, or whatever the situation is. But it's a key performance indicator, a KPI that we're looking at. And because because everything is in its place and every person knows exactly what the next object in that checklist, what the next part of that system is, you're not really managing the people themselves as much as you are managing how they operate the system. And so when a good employer, when a good manager comes in and says, hey, look, we're having a slowdown, there's a funnel, right? People are bottlenecked here. There's a bottleneck here. Then you as the manager can come in and now you're helping out the employee. The employee, believe it or not, they really want to get their job done. When you have a task set out for them and you know that there's certain metrics that they need to meet, they're going to want to get those things done. And you as a manager are making sure that they're not abandoned on this island doing this thing all by themselves, that they're part of a team that is working towards an ultimate goal. But that's where your pillars in your business make sense. That's where your entire business flow has to go. Everybody has to be aware of where it's going. That's why your entire team knows what products you have available. That's why your entire team knows what's the next step in the process. So you can easily pull people together to get things done. When you have a system in place, managing people is way easier than if you don't have a system in place and you have somebody that you're hiring paying an hourly wage that's sitting there that doesn't know what to do next. That's the worst feeling in the world. And I tell high school students this all the time. Doing nothing sounds good until you're actually doing nothing. Then you find yourself being bored. You don't want that to happen in your office. You want to make sure that your employees know exactly what's in the next step, exactly what they have to do. And if it gets overwhelming, how do we solve that issue? That's where you as a manager come in. This is where you're putting out fires because you're having too much of a workload or something fell out of place or whatever. Now you're just putting out those fires on a regular basis, making sure your people are comfortable. They're not overworked. The system is operating the way it's supposed to. And if they need a little help, then you have something to come in and help you out.
You've all heard the saying, happy wife, happy life, right? The way I figure, happy employees, happy business.
That's right.
Okay. Keep your people happy.
Because again, remember, you're building your company to scale, to grow, right? Your job is not to be there all the time doing every single bit of the work. If you're doing that, again, you're self-employed. You're not building a business. The simple definition of a business, right? The easiest way to put this into perspective is if you take a vacation for 6 months, when you come back, do you still have a business? If the answer is no, then that is not the type of business you want to be working in. You have a job. Even though you work for yourself, you have a job. Now, if you can leave for 6 months, come back, your business is the same, if not better. Now you've built an effective business. You got into business to build something that you can walk away from, that you can sell at a big multiplier. But that comes with the operation of what happens inside, and that comes with SOPs and systems. So again, if you're interested in the SOPs that we're operating, how many other insurance agents do you know that can come on a podcast every single day and do 2 podcasts every single day? There has to be time somewhere, right? Somebody's got to be doing the work to pay the bills. So the systems that we have in place are there for you. Just type SOP in the comments and we'll send it your way.
And the last one, step 6, prepare for scaling your business. And I think that's all we've been talking about today is making sure that you have a system in place, you have the steps, you have the personnel, you have everything that you need to scale. When it comes right down to it, if you don't have the systems, if you don't have the personnel, if you don't have that ability to manage people, to manage systems, to manage, all these things, then you're always going to be a solopreneur. Right? Not to say that you can't be successful, because there are very many successful solopreneurs. But the problem with being a solopreneur is when you stop working, the money stops coming in. Now, if that's how you want to live, if that's the way that you want to work until you're 65, 70, whatever, age years old, okay, that's up to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But we want to talk to the people that want to build businesses. We want to be helping you build a business that is scalable, that can grow, that you can walk away from for 6 months and then come back and still have a business that either maintains or flourishes. Who knows? Maybe you're the one that's no, I'm just kidding.
Take yourself out of the problem.
Take yourself out, and then all of a sudden the business blows up. If that was to happen to me, I'd be like, oh boy, okay. I see.
Well, that's a testimony to the system that you built, right?
I mean, there you go. I'll go with that. I like that. I like that explanation better. But yeah, that's all that we've been talking about is preparing to scale your business. This is what it's all about. If you want to have financial freedom, if you want to have business freedom, if you want to own a business and not a job, then this is exactly what you want to be doing. Yes, exactly. And what do you always say? Retirement is...
It's not an age problem. It's a cash flow problem, right? If you, dude, I'm just going to throw it out there. Dude, the Charles Schwartz example about, whether you love your business or not, you got into the business because you wanted freedom, not because you absolutely love insurance. Insurance is the vehicle that you're using to find the freedom that you're looking for. But you got into business for freedom, and that freedom comes with a price. It's the cash flow that you need that needs to be coming out of your business so that it buys the time for you to figure out what makes you happy, for you to travel the world, for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. That's why you got into business in the first place. You did not get into business to be stuck in your office for 12 hours a day, busting your butt, doing customer service. That is not what you got in this for. So hopefully, if you're listening, if you're loving this stuff, make sure, again, drop SOP in the comments. We're going to send you our system that we have in place for you to operate your business so you can start taking your time back. It's about that time that you get it back. It's your time. Life is short and you're letting it go by, pounding the pavement, doing what you need to do, but plateauing, right? We've all been there. We've been there. I know what that's like. Being broke, going from commission to commission, just trying to get by. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It's a hard grind. It's stressful. It makes you not want to get up to go to work. For us, on the other hand, we've changed that perspective. We've changed that dynamic. Everything has changed for us when we put a system into place. We love waking up in the morning. It's a great day every single day. That's not to say there's no problems in business. We still have our ups and downs, of course, but it's different types of ups and downs. We're managing systems. We're looking at places. Where's the hole? We fix a hole. We continue to move forward. And that's what we want to give you guys the opportunity to do. So prepare to scale your business. Find that freedom that you're looking for. PNC is where it's at. And the Insurance Bro Show is showing you the way.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Because we're taking off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the Pipeline team in San Diego and take advantage of the systems that we've been working for the past 6 years to put together, scale your business, go to www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review the show. And if you want to be a guest on the show, I would love to talk to you, learn from you, and provide you with some free stuff. We're going to give away free stuff because this is what we do. So be sure to go to www.insurancebroshow.com/guest, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social media at Insurance Bro Show. That's it for today. Thank you all so much. We love you. You rock our socks. You have our hearts.
Have a nice day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Insurance Bro Show. James is the CEO of the Pipeline team of San Diego and is always in the market for top talent. If you're an agent looking for a place to hang your license, visit www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities or send an email to newagent@pipeline